Sarah walked across the quiet campus, hugging her jacket tightly around her. It was cold, and the wind made the trees shake. She checked her watch, 11:47 p.m. It was almost midnight. She still didn't understand why the exam had been moved to such a strange time. The email from Professor Holloway had been short and confusing. Final exam rescheduled. Midnight. Room 306, Dunbar Hall. Do not be late. Sarah had never heard of a midnight exam before, but she didn't want to fail the class. So, here she was, walking toward Dunbar Hall in the dark. When she reached the building, she saw a few other students waiting outside. Kevin, one of her classmates, looked nervous. "This is weird, right?" he whispered. "Why would he change the exam time like this?" "I don't know," Sarah said. She didn't like it either. The building looked different at night, dark, empty, almost like a haunted house. At 11:55, the door to room 306 was unlocked. They went inside. The classroom was dimly lit, and the air smelled old and dusty. Sarah sat down near the middle of the room. Everyone else looked just as confused as she felt. At exactly midnight, the door creaked open again. Professor Holloway walked in. His face was serious, and his footsteps were slow. He didn't say hello. He didn't smile. He placed a stack of papers on the desk. "You may begin," he said in a flat, quiet voice. Sarah picked up her pencil and turned the first page of the test. She frowned. The first question made no sense. What was the last thing you saw before you died? Her stomach tightened. What kind of question was that? She looked at Kevin, who was sitting in front of her. He had gone pale. He looked at her, then at his own paper. She turned to the second question. "Who is standing behind you right now?" A chill ran down her spine. Slowly, her hands shaking, she lifted her eyes. The other students looked terrified. Some of them were breathing heavily, their faces white. Then, without warning, the lights went out. The room filled with whispers. They were not coming from the students. The voices were soft but everywhere, whispering in a language Sarah didn't understand. A sudden, cold breath touched the back of her neck. Someone, or something, was behind her. The door slammed shut, and the exam had just begun.